know, you went to Berkeley.
We're just catching up here, folks. Welcome back to Bay Sunday. Families of children with cancer and other life-threatening diseases need physical and emotional support, and in some cases, housing as well. Our next guest is the CEO of an organization that provides that support in the form of a home away from home. Please welcome Alexandra Morgan to explain more about Family House Incorporated. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me on this morning.
It's great to have you.
With all these amazing people.
I know, we've got a little athletic theme going here, but we talked a little bit about Cam Neely. Here was a Boston Bruin, lost both his parents to cancer. Right. He started the Neely House at Children's Hospital. We're families that have to travel a great distance. There's lots of appointments, and sometimes, of course, sadly, the kids practically live there for weeks and months on end. Right. There's a real need for housing for these families that are just going through a pretty tough time, isn't there?
Indeed. And in fact, since Family House has been around for almost 32 years, we've provided free temporary housing for about 30,000 families. Wow. I just heard coming over here that California has the highest poverty rate in the country. And when you're low income and your kid is stricken with cancer, you have to travel at least 50 miles to San Francisco for the best care possible. You have no place to stay, so right. Family House steps in.
And not only that, sometimes you got to take a leave of absence from work because if your child is, you know, gravely ill in the hospital. You want to be with them every day. Right. So you see families at their worst, and when you provide a home for these people, they must just light up and say.
Well, they do, because, you know, when it's nobody's, you know, hope to have to come to San Francisco under those circumstances. But at Family House, we're able to provide not just temporary housing, but we provide gas cards, food, sometimes clothing, birthday parties, holiday parties. We're doing a big Secret Santa drive right now, and we try really to become the community that they've left behind.
Yeah, it's a whole host of things, really.
Yeah, and for about 107 people a night, or 34 families per night.
I was looking at some of the numbers. You've helped like 2,000 families a year?
Per year, right.
Per year. Now, it holds 107 people. So is a stay, it could be a couple of nights, it could be a couple of weeks, could be a couple of months? Well,
the average length of stay is 6 weeks, and that's because that's the typical course of a cancer treatment in children. Our primary priority at Family House is serving low-income families whose children have cancer. And people with other diagnoses stay as well.
And you have 2 facilities, right?
We have 2.
Are they like apartments, or what is it like?
Well, they're old apartment buildings that we turned into, you know, individual bedrooms, common living space, shared kitchens, and like that. But our number one, I would say, you know, thing that we offer families is dignity. Yeah. Because we have a clean, safe, welcoming place to stay. And no matter where people come from or what their circumstances, we provide them with dignity.
And I would imagine the families get to know one another, and there's a bond there, you know, that must buoy them up to know, hey, we're not the only people going through this. And, and they probably help one another too, right?
Well, it's one of the most elegant things that happens at Family House, the support among parents and children. We've had little romances among teens who have cancer, and we've had people form lifelong relationships because, as you say, this is something that not a lot of people have in common.
And do you see that the families that have great success, they get their kids out, they move on and up in the world, do they come back and help?
Oh, they absolutely come back and help. And somebody just came to me the other day who's now a political fundraiser, and he said, you know, my family stayed here off and on for 20 years because 2 kids had cancer. And I want to do some fundraising for you. And I said, okay. Okay,
you don't turn that down. Well, that said, how do people get involved? If they want to help, if they want to donate their time, their money, whatever?
Well, they should check out our website, which is familyhouseinc.org. And we have about 2,500 volunteers per year who come in and do everything from bake cookies, make meals, tend gardens, paint rooms, because our 2 houses are like the Golden Gate Bridge. As soon as you're through painting, you have to start over again. But I would say maybe the most exciting thing that people can get involved with is the new building that we're planning for Mission Bay. When the Children's Hospital moves to Mission Bay across town, we intend to move with them, and we need the entire community's help, giving at every level, to support us.
Well, it must be great to work, and I put that around quotes, with people doing such good work.
Well, I will look forward to seeing you there as a volunteer. We do a lot of events, and we always need a good MC.
Okay, well, I'm in.
Good.
I'm in. So nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great holiday,
Take
too.
care.
For more information about Family House Inc., please log on to Family House Inc., just like Alexandra said, .org, by the way. We'll be back. More Bay Sunday right after the break.